Hello, Nistas and Nistos. How are you today? Welcome back to the channel. My name is SavingsFashionista. She is I and I am her. You have arrived to Nistas Nation, and over here we do mainly things fragrances. And today we are here to do a review on a fragrance that I just recently picked up and I am really enjoying. So if you're interested in the content, please stay tuned. Also, before you decide whether or not you're going to stay, it doesn't take anything to give the video a thumbs up. And if you want to hang around, please subscribe to the channel. Alright, so today we're here. We're going to talk about Libre. However you desire to pronounce it, I'll try to say it in both ways. Libre Le Parfum. Alright, so this is a recent release and it is a very popular fragrance here in the fragrance community. I first heard about the fragrance a couple of years back when the original one came out. So there is an original Libre and there is an intense Libre, and now we have the Le Parfum. It has always been my intentions to get the original one because I had heard that it smelled a lot like a body care that I really like from Bath and Body Works, and of course that is the Fairy Tale line. And I had heard a lot of talk about it. Actually, YSL actually sent me a small decanter and I wore it. I really liked it. I just never really got it to the top of my wish list or to buy list. But this fall, since we had so many fragrances to come out, I decided to go out and see what these 6 or 7 fragrances were all about. And I completely fell for YSL Libre Le Parfum. And this is the 1 ounce bottle. I wish I had gotten it in a larger bottle. The reason I buy small bottles is because after your collection gets so large, it really doesn't make sense to buy large bottles of fragrances unless you just know you're gonna make it through it, or it's just something you want to do. But I'm very calculated with the sizes that I buy now. So this is the packaging. Very beautiful, as you can see. I love the indention that it has here. If you hold it to the side, you can actually see where the bottle has like that like V at the top of the Y, and then it has the S and the L that kind of wraps around the bottle. I think that the craftsmanship was very pretty on here, and it's well done. Also with the cap, this is part of the actual bottle, this like gold ribbon, metal ribbon piece, and this is the cap. So this is the one. All right, so before talking about the actual review, I just kind of like to go over with you what I share. I share the fragrance notes, of course. I tell you the release date. I give you an idea of the longevity and the projection. Those are very subjective topics because everyone's skin is different. And I just think that fragrance, the experience of fragrance and the way it meshes with your skin, it is totally subjective. So this is not matter of fact. So the only thing that is matter of fact, and I oftentimes question this as well, are the fragrance notes, because you can say what you want to say or feel how you want to feel about Fragrantica, but I do believe that they give us a little insight that the actual fragrance creator does not want to tell. Because there are times where I have compared the two, and not only have I saw where Fragrantica was off, but I have also saw where the actual brand was a little off, because I know what I smell, point blank period. They just didn't want to tell everything for whatever reason. You know, I don't know with the companies making dupes and replicas of fragrances if they want to keep. And of course, I would want to keep my jewel juice kind of, you know, not all out and tell everything, you know, for marketing purposes or whatever. But like I said, I do think that Fragrantica has its place. It's a beautiful forum, but I do try to like parallel, and I try my best to get it from the site because they created it, they made it, so they have more accuracy. But like I said, you can't tell me what I don't smell. And sometimes when I cross-reference to Fragrantica, they hit it right on the head of what my brain is telling me that I smell. So the fragrance notes and the brand class, as well as the fragrance class and the release dates, those are things that are just like factual for the most part, with a little side eye at the fragrance notes. And the longevity and the projection and how you feel about the fragrance, that's subjective. So if you want to hear what I have to say, here it goes. All right, so the Libre Le Parfum was released this fall. I want to say this was released in September, if I'm not mistaken, but it was released recently this fall. The fragrance notes, the key notes are a floral lavender, orange blossom, saffron accord, and this is what I got directly off YSL. But when I initially smelled this fragrance, I tested it in the store, I definitely picked up on a sweet honey note as well as a spicy ginger note. Cross-referenced it to Fragrantica, and they did say that those things were in the fragrance, so I'm not sure, but I do smell those two notes, and they said other notes as well. So the longevity on this, with wearing it, you're going to get you about 4 to 6 hours with wearing it in isolation. Now, as we know, as frag heads, people that's in the fragrance community, we know, and shout out to Mr. Cologne, because I picked up that little new catchphrase from him, frag head. Cool. All right, so you can find Mr. Cologne over on Instagram. Magnificent content. Not just people in the community, but people who really enjoy fragrance, because I was a part of the community even before I started creating content. You know, I followed a lot of people. I've always been a lover of fragrance, and I used to be on the forums just reading, researching. So we know when you layer something, you're going to get a longer, the longevity is going to extend. So, but just wearing this in isolation, you're going to get 4 to 6 hours. I have worn this probably about 6 times, and I've only worn it twice with layering it. And if you want to see what I layered it with, you can just always check me out on Instagram. I do share a lot of my layering combinations or cocktails over there. But the projection is about 2 hours. My definition of projection is, when I apply my fragrance in the morning, how long can I smell this fragrance without me having to make a nose to skin or nose to cloth contact? That's what projection means. Meaning that I can just idly sit here like I'm sitting now and I can smell my fragrance. So that's about 2 hours. You get about 2 hours on that. So 2 hours of smelling yourself without having to do a sniff check. And the brand class is designer, of course, because YSL is a designer brand. And the fragrance class is an amber floral. So, you guys, this fragrance is, to me, a fragrance that is feasible for any situation. There are fragrances that I have that I think that they only should be worn at certain times, seasons, you know, events, occasions. But this fragrance right here, I do think that it's more of a cool weather fragrance. I really do feel like that. But I think that this is a anytime wear fragrance outside of the season. Anytime wear fragrance. You can wear this to work. You can wear it to church, brunch. You can wear it to girls' night out, date night out. You can just wear this out shopping. It's one of those easy type of fragrances that I think it is really nice to wear. I really hate that I did not get a larger bottle, but I know once I make it through this, I will definitely go out and get a larger bottle of this. I can tell you this because I did get a small decant sent to me from YSL last year sometime, and it was a very small tester. I can compare that with this. I do think that this is better. I cannot make any comparison to the Intense because I've only smelled it in store, and in store I don't have the willpower to just smell one thing and go on. When I leave out, honey, it's a whole headache situation. Always have been with me. I don't know what propels me to do that, but that's what I do. But I can draw a comparison between the original and this one. I do think that this one is a bit more spoken for. When I say, I just think that you, honestly, I'm going to tell you what I feel. I truly feel that when it has been said that Fairy Tale is a dupe for Libre, I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that it was a much, much more milder version that has less of the saffron and less of the lavender. So it makes sense. You know, you come out with one, then you come out with one that's more intense, and then you come out with the Le Parfum. So it makes sense. But if I had to go out and purchase, or if I had to recommend that you purchase one or the three, I would definitely recommend this one. Is because I have the most experience with this one, of course. And I just think that it's a beautiful fragrance. It's just good. So you would really have to be the judge of it yourself. You can check this out in Sephora. I'm sure they have it in the perfume, at perfume counters and department stores. So you would just have to kind of like compare the three. I'm sure they all have remnants and they all smell alike, but this one right here, this is so good. I totally enjoy and like this. So this is Libre Le Parfum by YSL. You can find this at your local Sephora. You can find it on the YSL website. You can find it in your local department stores. And I don't think Ulta sells it. But it's not hard to find. It was at first because I actually had to wait till new shipping come in. But if you have experienced this, or you have owned any of the other ones that came out prior to this, please leave any comments or questions below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And do not forget, you, yes, you are great. Bye-bye.